everyone, thanks for joining me again for day 6 of the 30 Days of Sketches put on by Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is a real fun sketch, easy to do. You can alter it in several different ways. I'm using 3 4x6 photos from our visit to the 1880s town on our South Dakota trip. But you can print your photos smaller, use one photo, whatever works for you. Just remember the sketches are just a jumping off point. So I am going to be kind of literal again with how I'm following along with the sketch. So I use my Creative Memories circle cutting system, and I cut my circle out of this gray paper. I believe most of my papers are from Joan Hatfield's collections, and I'm using a lot of scraps trying to get those used up since I do have a ton of them in my stash. And I am just kind of cleaning up the edges on this black paper. There was a little bit of white showing and a little bit of the paper pad, the little stubbies showing, so I just wanted to go ahead and get that off. So now I'm trimming up my photos, just making it so that the important things in the picture are showing. This is looking out at one of the like the prairie grasses, and they had cattle and stuff, and I didn't need the whole photo, so just by cutting them down, you can see the cattle, you can see the church, you can see a little bit of how it looked in the distance. You didn't need to have the whole photo. And then I am cutting off about a 1/2 inch strip of this gingham paper. I'm breaking out that ribbon again from my stash, trying to get that used up. And then I also used part of the branding strip, and that's going to be those little strips that you see underneath the photo border in or the photo mat in the sketch. Now I am flipping my sketch a little bit. I have my circle on the left-hand side instead of the right. And instead of a journaling card, because I don't really need to journal this since this is, it's going to be in a whole section within the book, so I don't need any journaling on it. It's just showing parts of what the town looked like as we walk through. And there'll be other journaling on other pages, so I don't need to repeat everything that I've already written. So I'm just using that little die cut. They had the bird on it. So I'm going to go ahead and outline the circle and also the big brown banner just to have them pop off a little bit. I may go back later and put a wonky border around the actual background paper, but I haven't yet, and I'm okay with it right now, but I may revisit that down the road. Now the photos, I just matted on a piece of green paper. I thought about putting it on the wood grain, but there really wasn't any wood grain anywhere else on the layout, so I decided to go with the green, and that's just going to pop off the colors that you'll see in the leaves from my die cut or my fussy cut flowers. And also there was a little bit of green in that little border strip that, or the branding strip that I'm going to stick under the photo, and that's just going to pop a little of that green off. So I'm going to first go ahead and put this ribbon down, and it just kind of gives it a little bit of texture, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue the other pieces into it so that they just kind of tuck in. And I really like how this looks, and I'm so happy that I went back through and kind of organized my ribbon, and I'm just starting to revisit and get these back on my layouts. I'm liking how they're looking. And again, I'm just being very simple with my layout. I'm letting my die cuts kind of do the work for me. I have these big fussy cut flowers that I got from a Heidi Swap paper pad that have just been sitting on my desk, so I'm going to use those and tuck those in around. And then the others die cuts that I'm going to use, a lot of them came from Vicki Boutin Let's Wander collection. And I'm just going to scatter a few of those in, and that's going to be it for the layout. I'm not going to put a lot of, and the butterflies I fussy cut from a paper from Fifth and Monaco. And I'm just kind of scattering these die cuts around. I'm not even going to put enamel dots or anything on. Again, these are for a travel album. I've got a lot in the book. I don't need to add a lot of lump and bump throughout. I did look at a few different things like some wood veneers, but like my cameras I felt were too big. And I'm really happy with the simple look. Again, letting these paper elements kind of stand out and do the work for you along with that ribbon. So make sure you check out the description box below. I will have the links for everyone who is playing along with Sketch 10. And again, make sure you stop over to Christy's channel. She is playing along with all 30 days of the sketches. And I think Moira might be also sketching all 30 days too. So make sure you check out hers. And I love on Moira's channel. She does go back and she revisits sketches that Christy has done in the past. So make sure you check those out too. I'll add her link as well. And here I am. I'm just kind of finishing up, just kind of seeing what I wanted to put on there. Now I do have this die cut, the word that says travel, and I'm going to use that for my title. It's very simple. And end up putting it here at the bottom. And that is it. I am going to give you some close-ups of the layout when I'm done. And then I want to thank you for joining me again for day number 10. Please stop by tomorrow. We'll have day number 11. Have a great day.